So I don't put out videos very often because I don't like the thought of making junk.
It's just a prank, bruh.
And it makes me laugh that whenever I do, I get comments like, "See you in 2 years, brother." But I think I may have finally found a way where I can crank out the vids for you guys a little bit more regularly. If you guys have paid attention to the news lately, artificial intelligence, or AI, has been getting a lot of attention lately. And the reason for that is because of a program called AlphaGo, developed by a British AI company called DeepMind, which was recently acquired by Google. It's programmed to play a board game called Go, which is an ancient Chinese board game that originates from over 2,500 years ago. The game itself is considered one of the 4 essential arts of the Chinese scholar, which also includes playing a guqing, Chinese calligraphy, and Chinese painting. You notice that authentic fob accent right there? Fob for life, son! Now, the game's rules are pretty simple. You just try to capture or surround as many of the opponent's stones as you possibly can. But despite the relatively simple rules, the game is considered one of the most complex and one of the most difficult to master. In fact, there are over 10 to the 170th power games possible, which is a 1 followed by 170 zeros, which is a higher number than the number of atoms in this observable universe. Because of this complexity, it was considered near impossible to develop an AI or computer program that could compete with the best Go players in the world. But this past week, in a Google-sponsored 5-game tournament with $1 million on the line, 18-time world champion Go player Lee Sedol actually lost 1-4 to Google's AlphaGo.
Dominating!
This outcome was shocking, and in fact, many top-ranked Go players in the world were surprised at the level of intuition and level of strategy that AlphaGo was capable of during the games, which actually has a lot of people now talking about whether or not machines will one day take over the world.
In order to change a human being into this. No.
It's been the subject of so many Hollywood blockbusters and sci-fi movies for the longest time. The main question being whether a machine can achieve consciousness and if a computer is actually alive. One of the pioneers of the field of the philosophy of artificial intelligence is Alan Turing, a British mathematician, computer scientist, and cryptanalyst who came up with the Turing test, which was a test that he developed in 1950 to see if a machine could exhibit intelligent behavior indistinguishable from that of a human's.
Would you like to play? Play? It's a game. A test of sorts. For determining whether something is a machine or a human being.
In the original version of the game, Turing suggested that there would be an interrogator and a subject, and through a series of questions and answers, the interrogator had to decide whether or not the subject was a machine or a human. It wasn't a test of how machines thought, but it was a test to determine whether or not it could convince a human that it was human. And in the event that it could, that would raise the question, what is consciousness?
You learn about me, and I learn nothing about you. That's not a foundation on which friendships are based.
So what, you want me to talk about myself?
Yes.
Now, based on AlphaGo's performance this past week and a lot of the other technological advances we've seen lately, such as self-driving cars, it seems like that day is coming. Considering some of the recent advances made in robotics, we could see the integration of AI in our lives in our lifetime. And as far as whether or not they'll turn out to be evil and try to enslave all of humanity, that's actually something that some people are genuinely concerned about, especially based on how we've been treating them. So now to come full circle, how's this supposed to help me make videos more consistently? Well, if you made it this far into the video without thinking anything strange, then that means I passed the test. For you have not been watching Frank, but you have been watching me, and I promise to upload much more often than he